So this is our October Caritas Healing Connections meeting, and I'm glad to see you all here. I'd love to see your faces. If you could put on your video. I know some people have difficulty with the video, but it is nice to see faces when you're talking. And we have I think a very interesting presentation this morning. We have our Dr. Miriam Ismail will be talking to us about EFT and how to serve ourselves, help ourselves to heal our own selves. So she'll be giving the presentation. But to start off, I want to introduce to you my niece, Noreen Joy, and she is going to gather us together this morning with a song. And I thought it would be a different beginning for this meeting and would get us on a joyful vibration. So Noreen Joy, share your light. It's all yours.
Okay, thank you. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you, Noreen. Noreen, you bring a lot of light and joy to this meeting today. And I know you bring your light with being a Reiki master and a Bible study leader. And I'm glad you are such a fan of this group that you're willing to share your light with us. Thank you. And next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Miriam Ismail. She is our speaker today, and she is a professional development and self-improvement coach whose mission is to help people become the best version of themselves. She is a TED Talk speaker, an entrepreneur, a published author, an instructor, and has created many and developed many courses, workshops, and tutorials. She started off as with she has a PhD in finance, and she started off in the finance industry. And then she worked for, she's taught courses, worked with finance companies, but then decided after a while, which is interesting, is to switch over to health and wellness, to go from the left brain to the right brain, which I think is just, it's very interesting that somebody would do that, would totally change careers, especially after being a PhD in one area. And so she's switched over, and she is currently working on her PhD in holistic natural health and healing, and she'll graduate the spring of 2024. So she'll end up with 2 PhDs, totally in different ball games here. And she's just is so well prepared to do this health and healing because she's just certified in so many things: meditations, self hypnosis, emotional freedom, Myers-Briggs, emotional intelligence. I mean, that's just to mention a few. So she's very well versed to present today her talk. And so I present to you Dr. Miriam Ismail. She is brilliant and beautiful.
Thank you
Dr.
so
Miriam,
much.
yeah.
Thank you so much for your introduction. It's wonderful to be on your platform, and I highly appreciate meeting you all today on this beautiful Saturday. I would be presenting to you a healing modality that is known as EFT tapping, which is emotional freedom technique. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It has become very popular, and it's such a simple healing modality that truly adds so much value when we incorporate it in our daily life. So I have a presentation for you. I just feel we tend to retain more when we go through a presentation than me just sitting here and talking. So I'll go through the presentation. It's a very, very big topic, but I've created something concise and valuable. And in a very short time, you would get the gist of it. And I'd like to end the presentation by doing a tapping exercise with you, so you get to see what tapping is all about. And it's very simple, and hopefully you retain the information and can use it yourself on a daily basis or whenever you need it. Now, when I start presenting, I don't keep an eye on the chat. So if you need to ask me anything, just please unmute yourself and go ahead and interrupt me and ask me. Otherwise, I have no clue what's going on until I come back to the screen, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to start sharing my slides. So Precious Time is my company, and we are a professional development company that work on many topics and modalities to just help us live a fulfilling life journey. So I'm not going to go over the introduction because Carol did a great job, so no need for me to bore you with more details. Let's go ahead and go into our EFT tapping workshop. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. Rather, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So we are much more than the physical body. We are energy beings. We are the divine light. And that's why when we talk about healing modalities that have to do with energy healing, that's why it makes sense. That's why this is going to add value to us, because it's not just about the human body. Today's workshop is going to be as follows. I'm going to introduce EFT tapping, go a bit into the history and background for you to see where all that came from, go over the benefits of EFT, a bit of scientific background. It's always very nice to back up our modalities with science. And then I'd like to share with you the procedure or the algorithm. And I'll leave the end of it for your questions, comments, and suggestions. EFT tapping. So I did my slides very informative. So when you follow with me and read along, it's going to help you retain the info more, other than just, talking, and then all that will leave our memory, unfortunately. So EFT tapping has become very popular, and it's considered to be very effective and very easy to use self-help modality that can release negative thoughts, pain, anxiety, trauma, emotional distress, and can truly alter behavioral patterns which accumulate in the mind and body. And I will tell you later why do we accumulate these energy blocks. We'll come to that. It's an ancient Chinese practice very similar to acupuncture. The main difference is in acupuncture, we use needles on specific energy points or meridians in order to relieve physical pain. Tapping or EFT tapping is the same. You just use your fingers to tap away and relieve physical pain, emotional and psychological pain, and you stimulate the energy points in the body by tapping on specific meridian points to release energy blockage. And energy blockage is always there. We'll go over why it's always there and why we always need to release that. These specific pathways of energy or meridians help balance the energy flow in order to maintain your health. Imbalances of energies always result in disease or sickness. And when we tap on these meridian points, it is believed to release the blockage, thus releasing the pain or the distress. As we said, we are energy beings, and keeping our energy body balanced and healthy is very important. And tapping is a non-invasive technique that helps us release the flow of energy by tapping away whatever energy blocks we are experiencing. Now, to just give you an example of the energy block situation, assume an intersection on a highway and assume there is an accident there. So you can imagine what's going to happen to the traffic. And the traffic is not going to be released until the accident is cleared. Same with the energy block. When you have an energy block, it's there, it's a block, it's making the energy flow in your body very stagnant or slow. You need to release that to allow the smooth flow. And that's why healing modality of tapping really helps us in maintaining our energy balance. EFT is derived from the parent modality TFT, which is thought field therapy. And TFT was developed by Dr. Callahan back in the 80s. He developed specific algorithms for specific problems. Think of them as mathematical algorithms, and they have a specific precise formula and a specific set of steps that we need to do to solve a problem. For instance, there is a specific tapping sequence for anxiety, another one for phobias, another one for pain, another one for stress, and so on. So imagine the research that Dr. Callahan did to be able to come with all these patterns. EFT is based on that parent modality, but it was developed by Drs. Goodhart and Dr. Diamonds in the 90s. And the difference is EFT is a one-size-fits-all approach, where they came up with a specific pattern that is used regardless of the problem. So one specific algorithm, and we use it all the time. The benefits of EFT and TFT, of course, they help us stay calm and balanced, release anger and frustration. It releases any pain, stress, anxiety, and so on. It removes negative blocks, and it releases the energy flow in our bodies. It's simple, it's painless, it's very easy to learn, and there is no need for a therapist. Once you learn it, you do it on your own, every day if needed. It's not expensive, it's less time consuming, driving back and forth to see a practitioner or a specialist. It can be used with specific emotional intent towards your unique life challenges. You modify it to suit you, and now we'll discuss how. It gives you the power to heal yourself, and it really reduces the stress that gives rise to health problems down the line. To touch a bit on the scientific background, of course, this is a huge, huge topic. I'll just touch a bit on it for it to give it foundation, and we move on. Scientific background. Energy psychology focuses on how the body's chi or life energy is affected by one's mental health, cognition, and behavior. Energy psychology holds that the body has energy pathways, and energy centers that work in union with the body's organs, cells, thoughts, and feelings. And when we change these pathways, we do cause shifts in our emotions, our beliefs, and in our overall health. Using this concept, the energy psychology concept, to address psychological problems is known as energy psychotherapy. And this energy psychotherapy concept uses a lot of methods, such as muscle testing, stimulating the body at different locations by holding, tapping, visualizing, using affirmations, much more. And EFT is one of the many techniques used under this big umbrella of energy psychotherapy. Another thing in the scientific background is the epigenetics. You know that epigenetics shows how cells in the human body can respond to their environment and how they are modified according to their environment. So let's take this concept and think how our emotions, especially when they are negative, how this internal environment is going to affect the overall function of the body. So this is work done by Dr. Bruce Lipton, very, very extensive. But the bottom line is our internal environment, meaning thoughts, feelings, emotions, do determine our health and do determine how our body is maintained. So we can create a healing environment through all these modalities, and that will truly assist our body in maintaining our health. I always like to start the technique, the EFT tapping technique, by one of the many, many breathing techniques out there. I'm going to share with you today 4. I know you're exposed to many, and this is just a reminder. Breathing is extremely important. And the body cues you, right? Whenever you feel stressed or overwhelmed, what is the first thing you do? You sigh, right? You take a deep breath in, and let it out. The body lets you know that you need to breathe. When we're aware of this, let's use the breathing techniques to our advantage. So I always start with a breathing technique. The box technique, as the name implies, it's a box. So you breathe in for 4, you retain the breath for 4, you breathe out for 4, you retain the breath for 4. You can do this. Some people don't like it. They feel it involves a lot of counting. So if you feel the counting is kind of putting you off, you may use something else. The heart activation technique, and this is my favorite because there's a lot of freedom in it. So what I would like you to do in this technique is visualize that you are breathing from your heart. Of course, we know we breathe from our lungs. So this is where your visualizing is coming into. You visualize you're breathing in and out of your heart. With every breath in, you're taking in positive energy, and with every breath out, you are releasing everything that does not resonate with you anymore, that does not serve you anymore. So if you can't visualize, you need to put your hand on your heart to feel it. Go ahead and do that, but it's a wonderful technique. And I love it also in meditation. So then you have the deep breathing technique, another one, where you're just breathing deeply, you breathe out deeply with a sigh. It truly, you just feel it. So if you take a breath in, deeply, deeply, and let it go, wow. I mean, you feel immediately the release. You really feel, and imagine if you do this for a minute or 2. And then a final technique that I'd share with you today is the pranic 6-3-6-3 sequence, meaning you breathe in for 6, you retain the breath for 3, you breathe out for 6, and you retain the breath for 3. When I say 3-6, it's counts. So 6 counts, retain for 3 counts, and so on. So for today's exercise towards the end of the session, maybe let's use the heart activation technique. It's simple, it's easy, but do keep in mind the rest that we discussed. There are a few presuppositions that I'd like to share with you before moving into tapping. First, combining language, emotion, and energy connects a person to their core. So you will see we need to use language as well. So to explain that, because we believe when we combine language, emotion, and energy, it truly helps you connect to your inner core, to your higher self. This is very important. Nobody is broken and nobody needs any fixing. It's just energy, letting go of things, making sure you are the tip-top, healthiest form you can be. We process all the information we are exposed to through our senses. And this is turned into language, into emotions, into beliefs. And in this step is where the blocks occur. Because when the event happens, if it's positive, great. If it's negative, that's where we start having the issues. And the way we store it, that's where the energy blocks comes into it. We'll discuss it further, but this is how energy blocks happen. Every day we are exposed to many, many things. Some of them are beautiful and positive, and some of them are not. And if we don't store the negative emotions in a good way, that's where blocks happen. Another presupposition is mental, emotional, and physical stress can be created by the disruption in the energy flow. And the good news is we have all the resources within us to deal with all that. Each person is an individual, should be respected and treated and such. Each person is different. Always do what resonates with you. So we have a lot of tools out there, all these topics and healing modalities. Maybe not everything resonates with you. Just pick what resonates with you. Now, the tapping procedure, contrary to other modalities where you have to think positive, like the mindfulness and positive affirmations and meditation and all that, here you need to concentrate on a negative emotion. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's anxiety, a bad memory, an unresolved problem, anything. It's a negative thing that's bothering you, that's disturbing you. You focus on that. And we repeat it in our tapping. Now you'll see. And before we tap, we need to recognize what we're tapping for, that negative emotion. We're going to recognize it. We're going to put a language to it. And then we're going to accept ourselves. So it goes along these lines. Although I have, let's place the emotion. Although I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely accept myself. Or even though I'm anxious, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So it always has to be with a negative, even though I'm sad, even though I'm stressed, even though I'm overwhelmed, I totally and completely love, respect, appreciate, accept myself. So we need negative emotion and we put a language to that. While maintaining your focus, you start tapping. And we tap 5 to 7 times on each point. Now, down the line, you would become very intuitive and you may tap more or less. Your body is going to cue you how much you need to tap on each point. But for now, as a beginning, we tap 5 to 7 times on each meridian point. While you're tapping, you're using the statement that we said. And this, the tapping sends signals directly to the stress centers of the midbrain, thus reducing the stress or negative emotion you get from whatever issue you are trying to overcome. EFT will ultimately restore your balance and your disrupted energy. Always before you start tapping, I recommend you use one of these scales to state what is your level of discomfort. So the first scale is called the subjective unit of distress. And it's from 1 to 10, where 10 is your maximum discomfort, pain, anxiousness, sadness, grief, whatever. 10 is the ultimate. And your objective here is to reduce the 10 all the way to a 1. The other scale is the opposite. It's called the subjective unit of experience, and it goes from -10 to +10. -10 is your maximum negative emotion. Now, some people prefer this because -10 is simply easier to relate to a negative emotion. You need to work your way all the way up. 0, you become neutral. And then when you move more than 0, that would be really, you're doing a lot of shifts and changes. So at the beginning, we're going to pick a scale and choose. You're going to do it mentally. You're going to monitor yourself. So 2 scales, the SUD and the SUE. Why is the sequence of EFT tapping very important? I'm going to briefly go over this. You know, the meridian system is very intensive, very complex. I'd just like you to know we are going to be tapping on these points. The karate chop is point 1, and this relates to the small intestine meridian. Top of the head, governing vessel. Eyebrow, the bladder meridian. Side of the eye, gallbladder. Under the eye, stomach. Under the nose, governing vessel. Chin, central vessel. Beginning of the collarbone, kidney meridian. Under the arm, spleen. Side of the fingers. Each finger is so powerful and represents a different organ. Don't worry, we will go over this many times. You will really get it at the end. So this is the meridian system. This is how extensive and intensive it is. We don't have to get into all that. I'm just using this to show you that this modality is backed by specific health benefits. It does trigger important points in our body. And look at the fingers and the hands, how intensive, how related to everything in our bodies. Knowing this, let's go over the sequence again. Karate chop, top of the head, beginning of the eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, chin point, beginning of the collarbone, and under the arm. Now, before I move further, I need to come back to you here, and let's go over this together so you see where each point is. Okay, so we said we always start with the karate chop. So this is your hand, this area under the pinky, and so you pick the middle, and that's your karate chop, and that's where we tap. Now, I like to use 2 fingers. I feel it's more space, and I'm reaching the energy point. I feel this way, I'm gonna hit it. So there you go. This is your karate chop. Okay, now top of the head is just here, middle of your head, there, and you tap there. Again, I like to use 2 fingers. Side of the eyes, first we start with the beginning of the eyebrows, it's here. Again, I like to use 2 fingers. I like to use both hands. Some practitioners just use 1 hand. Both is right, but I like to do it 2 hands, and I feel it gives me more balance. So 2 fingers, you start here, the beginning of your eyebrow. So you do this. Then we go to the side of the eyes, just here, the side of the eyes, not the temple, the side of the eyes, under the eyes, under the nose, chin. Okay, now the collarbone, our collarbones are here, and sometimes this is tricky. You don't know how to hit the point. So go straight, just stand like, or sit straight where your hands are naturally are, and where they are naturally, just raise them up. So if they're like this, raise them up. And this is where the collarbone. I would like us to use all our fingers and do this. So you make sure you tap the point. Now, some people claim they feel exactly where the point is, but I don't know. To me, I never felt it. I need to do my 4 fingers, and I feel I cover the area this way. Okay? Now, and this is a very nice tapping to remember whenever you're feeling tired and you just need a quick boost of energy, just go like this for a few times. You'd be amazed how much it's gonna boost you up. Better than a cup of coffee. Now, under the arm is here. So where do we have the bra? That's where you're gonna tap. Okay. And then we come to the fingers. Different techniques, so many techniques out there. With my experience, I believe the best is to hit the fingers on both. Some practitioners use the outer side, some use the inner side. I feel if we hit both sides of the finger, so you just gently go like this to all of them. Yeah, all of them. And that covers the finger. So I like to press gently on both sides of the finger, inner and outer, and I make sure I'm hitting all the meridians I'm supposed to hit. And this concludes the pattern. Now, you repeat it many times. Sometimes one round is not enough. Sometimes you can go up to as many rounds as needed until you feel relief. And sometimes when we tap, we start off with an emotion, but things shift and you shift to something else. So sometimes we start off with stress and then it might get us to fear. It might get us to anxiety, you know, it shifts. So you just follow the cue of your body. And down the line, when you do this and you're very used to it, you're going to feel how you would exactly know what to do. So you'd start, even though I'm stressed, I totally and completely love myself. Then you'd say, even though I'm sad, you know, it triggers you and you keep on going with it until you just feel you really let go of whatever is bothering you. Now, the thing with this, no matter how much we back it scientifically, I'm just going to ask you to see how you feel. When you tap, you will really feel immediate relief. Maybe now when we're together, it might be not the same because, you know, you're on camera and you're with a group, but really, when you really take this modality and start using it, it works wonders with everything. It really works. You really feel better after you tap. Okay, now, let's pick a topic. What would you like us to tap about? Let's tap for stress, since it's a universal thing. Okay, yeah. So we tap for stress. Yeah. And then I would like, oh yeah, Marcy says stress, excellent. And I would like you all personally to think about if you are to evaluate how stressed you are. Which scale should we use? Which is easier for you, the negative one or the positive one, the one that goes from 1 to 10?
I'm used to 1 to 10.
1 to 10. Okay, yeah. So let's use the 1 to 10, which is the subjective unit of the stress. What are 10 is the maximum stress. So each one, pick a number in your own head or write it down so you don't forget, because after we tap, let's evaluate, were we able to reduce the number? So pick a number, 1 to 10, 10 being the maximum. Where are you on that stress level? Okay, you picked a number, and now we are gonna tap for stress. So our statement is gonna be along the lines of, even though I am stressed, I totally and completely love and respect myself, right? And we will work on that. Wordings would change and shift. So before I start tapping, any questions, or should we do this pattern together?
Let's just do it.
Yeah. Okay, so start breathing in and out, relax. If you're wearing jewelry, take it out because I feel it interferes with the flow of energy. So let's just take everything as much as we can. It's always very nice to be in comfortable clothes. If you have a belt, loosen it. Your feet, if you can be barefoot, that's awesome. If not, it's okay. So your feet are on the floor and you're sitting very comfortably and you start breathing in and out. So let's do the heart activation, right? So breathe in deeply and breathe out. Visualizing you're breathing in and out of your heart. So breathe in, breathe out. Let go of everything that's not serving you. So envision you're breathing in beautiful divine light and breathing out everything that's not serving you. Let's do this silently for a few counts. And now, let's start tapping. Open your eyes. Start with the karate chop. Even though I am stressed, I totally and completely love, appreciate, and accept myself. Continue breathing. Yeah, for me, I need to talk. So, and say the words with me, like say the words. You need to feel the words, say them. Even though I'm stressed, totally and completely love, respect, and appreciate myself. Even though I'm stressed, even though I'm tired and stressed, side of the eyes, stressed, I'm overwhelmed, but I totally and completely love, appreciate, respect myself. Near the eyes, I'm so stressed. I'm letting go of what's stressing me. Near the nose, I'm allowing the flow of energy to be smooth and unblocked. On the chin, even though I am stressed, totally and completely love myself. Collarbone, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, but I totally and completely love, appreciate, and respect myself. I'm letting go of everything that's not serving me anymore. I'm allowing my body to release, to heal, and to feel good. Under the arm, even though I am stressed, totally and completely love, appreciate, honor myself. Fingers, we start with the pinky. I'm stressed, tired, forefinger. The middle finger, I'm overwhelmed, the forefinger. But I totally and completely love, thumb, and appreciate myself. So now you let go, you breathe in and out. And you see how you feel. Think, is the number less? Is it still the same? Has another emotion surfaced? Take a moment, evaluate. Anybody, something else surfaced, or should we do a round 2 of stress? Okay. So sometimes when we tap, especially when you're tapping in the privacy of your space, you might feel emotions surface. You let all that come out. Like you might feel you need to cry. You might feel whatever you need to do, you need to release and let go. Now, if this is the first time for you to tap, you're still not really, embracing the modality, but the more and more you do, you truly start feeling the effects. So let's do 2 rounds consecutively. And then I would like us to do a final round. I like to do like an affirmation kind of round. I've been using I know EFT is only for negative emotions, but I've been using this sequence and it's wonderful, where I wrap it up with a positive tapping sequence. Same sequence, but positive words, positive affirmations, okay? So let's go for round 2. Everybody's fine with round 2? Any questions? No.
Yeah, I just have a question.
Yes.
Are you tapping just on one side or do you do both sides?
If you notice, the face is done on both sides, but one side is fine. You may tap 2, round 2, you may switch to underarm this side if you were doing this side, but it's the same. It makes no difference as long as you're tapping the points. Either side.
It doesn't matter if you do the right all the time or if you do the left, either one? Okay, all right, thank you.
But if you want to alternate, feel free to alternate. This is what's nice about tapping. It's very personal. You do what feels right for you. Nothing is wrong. Everything is good and positive, okay? Round 2, go back to our breathing. And start tapping, karate chop. Even though I am stressed, I totally and completely love and appreciate myself. Top of the head, I'm stressed. Inside the eyebrows, I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired. Side of the eyes, I'm stressed. Under the eyes, I'm overwhelmed. Under the nose, I feel I'm really, really stressed. Chin, even though I'm stressed, I totally and completely love and appreciate all the efforts I do. I honor myself. Collarbone, I'm stressed, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, but I appreciate myself. I appreciate all the hard work that I do. Under the arm, even though I'm stressed, I love myself. I respect myself. I appreciate myself. Fingers, pinky, I'm stressed. Forefinger, I'm tired. Middle finger, I'm overwhelmed. Forefinger, forefinger, I'm letting go of what's not serving me anymore. Thumb, even though I'm stressed, I totally and completely love, honor, and appreciate myself. One more round, or should we do the affirmations? What do you think, Carol? One more round, or should I do the round of affirmations?
I think Jill wanted to go one more round.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
because I don't want to bore you. That's why I ask you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, one more round for stress. And immediately after it, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to get into the affirmations and we wrap it up. Yeah? Always go back to the breath. You may also listen to music, very soothing. If you listen to certain frequencies, again, when you're doing it on your own, very helpful. You pick the healing frequencies. You just go to YouTube and say healing frequencies and everything comes out and you pick what you like. So again, music also enhances it. But always remember, you need to voice it. You need to use language. Okay? Karate chop. Even though I'm stressed, totally and completely love, respect myself. Top of the head. Even though I'm stressed and I'm tired, I totally and completely love, honor, and respect myself. Inside the eyebrows, I'm stressed. Side of the eyes, I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired. Under the eyes, I love and appreciate myself. Under the nose, even though I am stressed. On the chin, I totally and completely love, honor, and appreciate myself. Collarbone, I'm stressed, I'm tired, but I'm letting go of everything that's not serving me. I totally and completely love, honor, and appreciate myself. Near the armpit, I'm stressed. Fingers, pinky, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed. I feel exhausted, but I totally and completely love, honor, and respect myself. And thumb, even though I am stressed, totally and completely appreciate myself. Take a deep breath in and start karate chop. I'm healing myself, not just the symptoms, but the root problem. Top of the head. I'm releasing any energy blocks. I'm releasing everything that's not serving me anymore. Inside the eyebrow, I'm letting go of everything that doesn't suit me. Eyes, side of the eyes. Nothing is affecting my inner peace. Under the eyes, I'm letting go of everything that doesn't serve me anymore. Under the nose, I'm at peace, always. Chin, always connected to my higher self, to the source, and to the universe. Collarbone. I'm healing myself. Under the arm, I'm letting go of any energy blocks. Fingers, pinky, I'm grateful. The ring finger, I'm healthy. The middle finger, I'm blessed. The forefinger, I'm compassionate. And the thumb, I'm always receiving cosmic awareness for my highest good. And release. And you breathe in and out. So basically tapping is us giving ourselves the time to be quiet, to sit with our higher self, and to allow the body to heal. As Carol mentioned, I'm working my second PhD about healing. And in almost every course, we mention that the human body is a healing organism. We can heal ourselves. We just need to allow ourselves to heal. So the quiet time here and there through meditation, through maybe walking, through tapping, through Reiki, many other energy healing and other healing modalities. It allows you to connect, to be peaceful, to forget that you are busy in your daily life. We are much, much more than our daily routine, right? We do the routine because we need to live, but we are much, much more. We need to come into awareness of what is our purpose. So we do have a purpose, we do have a mission. The daily routine is just for us to live and carry on and be, on earth. But always remember that we have to connect, to be aware of that. I mean, laundry is not the only thing to do, for us ladies, or cooking or whatever, or even working and clocking in and out. So sometimes, many times when I do my stuff, like I'm meditating or I'm tapping, other ideas come to me. When I get to a point where I'm relaxed and I've kind of shifted my energy, what I love about it is like enlightening, like good ideas come to me. And every time when I work on the ideas, they take me into new paths. And so that's why I highly encourage that we use all these modalities. Now, if you don't have any questions for me, I'm gonna go back to the slides. I just need 2 more parts to conclude with you. And we can come back and discuss this modality further. Any questions?
I just have one comment that this reminds me of my iWatch reminded me to take a mindful minute every now and then.
Yes.
No matter what I'm doing, and to sit back and take a deep breath, let it out slowly, take another one. And it clocks me for a minute. And
Absolutely.
this is more useful because you're actually doing some physical movement along with it. So I find it was, while I've been doing it, it was more relaxing than just the mindful minute that the iWatch wants me to do. So I thought it was very relaxing. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for sharing. Yes.
And
Okay.
Miriam,
Yes.
I'm Cheryl in Atlanta.
Oh.
Thank you for that awesome experience. I noticed you mentioned that you're working on your second PhD. And so, of course, you know how rigorous PhD programs are. I'm working on my first PhD after retirement. So it is very stressful. So how often do you do this? And as a student, how often do you find in your daily practice of using the tapping to relieve your stress? Because I do want to take it to my colleagues
Yes.
in the cohort that I'm in as well.
Yes. Yes, and I'm going to leave my email. Feel free to like reach out to me if you need further assistance or information. See, the whole idea is in time management, right, Carol? The whole idea is, so what I do, I always suggest this. I wake up 1 hour earlier than I should. So I start my morning with my stuff. I meditate, I tap, I do what I have my morning Nescafe. I sit with myself and I'm ready for my day, right? So I wake up 5:30 because I need to be up by 6:30. And to me, I know waking up early sometimes is annoying, but to me, the way I start my day, the gracefulness in it, I feel it's worth it. So of course I sleep very early. By 9, I'm out. Okay. Now, before going to bed, I go to bed by 9. So when I'm in bed between 9 and 9:30, I do my stuff again. Differently, but I do my stuff. I make it a point, and I'm a Reiki master, so I like to also use Reiki on myself on a daily basis. And it's all in the discipline. It's all in the discipline. So before going to bed, half an hour, I do what I need to do. If you notice, the round takes what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, right? So we've been together we did so many rounds and it just took us like 7, 8 minutes.
Exactly.
It's doable. It's doable.
It is.
So I feel the best way. During the day, it is challenging. I can't with work, family, studying. It's not really possible. But I do take breaks like Art was mentioning. A few breathing in and out, but the whole ritual is done early morning and before going to bed.
Okay. Thank you. I will be reaching out to you. Thank
Yes,
you.
please do. Yes. Any other questions, or should we go on to the following slides? Yeah. All right.
You're just getting a lot of positive comments in the chat. So
Excellent. I love it that you guys are enjoying this. Perfect. Thank you.
It's awesome. Naseem says it's awesome. Noreen, thanks you. Very helpful. You've gotten a lot of positive comment.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So we did all this. Now there's something called the Gamut series. I don't know if that's gonna be too much information. I'll just mention it. The Gamut series is a series we do once you do the tapping and you have gotten to a point where you are truly happy with your results. You do something called the Gamut series to lock in that wonderful feeling. And the Gamut series it consists of some funny points. You close your eyes, you open them, you hum, you count, you do all that. But the idea is you're just doing this bilateral brain exercise. You're trying to shift between your left and right. And when we do this, the important point why we're doing this is, remember how we said we had energy blocks? And energy blocks actually occur from our daily experience, right? Something negative happens. So instead of you storing it the normal way, you will keep it in your central nervous system. So it's not stored properly. And when it's not stored properly, it's triggered all the time. And that negative experience, that negative emotion is there. So what happens is we start off with an experience, but then it becomes a feeling. Then that feeling, you put language into it. And then that language now has a meaning. And this meaning now has this negative emotion. And this negative emotion with repetition, because it's in your central nervous system, it's there, repetitively you're remembering it, that negative emotion is going to lead into a limiting belief, hence the energy blocks. And this happens every day. No matter how perfect your day is, you're going to experience some negative aspects. And when we don't store it properly and we don't deal with it like, something regular, and we just put it there in our memory, no, when we focus on it negatively and keep it in our central nervous system, that's what happens. Hence the Gamut procedure. So when you let go of that, you do the Gamut procedure to seal in that good feeling of tapping where it released that negative emotion. I don't know, when I come to you, let me know if you would like me to talk more about the gamut. Now, let me go. Yeah, this is what I was saying, negative. Is tapping effective? Well, studies have shown it is effective. It has been used in post-traumatic stress disorders, and they found very good results. There are lots of evidence and studies that show that this tapping modality does help. Other than that, think of it subjectively. How does it make you feel, right? It's all about you, how you feel. If you feel this is something that adds value, oh, we did all this, yeah. If you feel this is something that adds value to you, then always incorporate it in your daily life. And what's nice about tapping, it's you tailor make it to suit you. You use the language you want, you use the time you want, you just make it your own modality. So here I was concluding. Let me leave you with this final, and then I come to you this final slide where it has my info, my emails. If you want to take a photo of it and with your phones, or if you want to jot down the email. Now the Miriam 007 is my personal, so this is, if you want to get hold of me quickly, use this one. I check it constantly and it's on my phone. Others, well, that's a process. I receive a lot of emails on. Now, let me come back to you. Would you like us to discuss the gamut further, or for now you have enough?
Well, I know we're up to our time.
Yes, that's why I didn't want to go into it, but I wanted to mention it so you know that it exists. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be how you would finish with the tapping to make it more you know, cemented in your being, in your essence. How long is that to go through that?
The gamut, well, I need to explain it and tell you why it works. And then the process is just like 7 points, 7 steps. And this is mostly used when you are working with a practitioner, when you have a session with them and you do many rounds and they just want to make sure you are concluding everything. They wrap it up with the gamut.
Mm-hmm.
Question, do you offer, oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you offer training?
In tapping?
Yes.
Well, usually I offer them as classes.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you interested in getting trained in EFT?
I got trained, but I'm interested in some of the techniques that you use that I didn't learn about in my training.
Sure, reach out to me through an email. Yeah.
Okay.
I absolutely love to help. If I can put you on the right path that you're looking for, yes.
And can you speak a little bit to tapping to certain things like pain or stop smoking kind of thing?
Yes, it's for OCDs, phobias, bad habits. Of course, it's not a daily thing. And I mean, it's not a one-time thing. It should be a daily thing. It should become a lifestyle. That's when you start seeing the benefits. Like everything else, like working out, right? You can't work out once and say, oh, where are my muscles, right? But you do release a lot of things when you tap on daily basis, and you become a much calmer person, and you're not triggered quickly anymore. You know, you become so at peace. You let no one and nothing affect your inner peace.
Thank you. Of
course.
And you have so many positive comments here.
Oh,
you know, Marcy loved the EFT presentation experience, transformative. Robin says, very relaxing. Thank you. Marilyn, beautiful presentation. I feel more relaxed. And Marilyn is my sister. If she says that, that's a miracle in itself.
Thank you. I'm happy you enjoyed it.
And I think we should, I hate to rush that part that you were going to, say that it is like a cousin to this tapping. Maybe we could get you back again.
Sure.
Because I think it would be of interest to see how this goes together.
Yes. So certain algorithms in TFT is the parent modality. Like for instance, pain sometimes is so severe. For me, sometimes I'd be tapping, like I have a headache. I'd be tapping and it's really not shifting my headache away, and I don't have a lot of time to. So I use the TFT. You know, they come in sequence. The TFT, right? You have one for pain, one for phobia, one for this, one for that. So when you use the TFT pattern for pain, I just feel it just goes straight, and it does it. You know, so they really go hand in hand. I always use them both. Now the TFT is simpler because you remember one pattern and you use it and you use it. TFT, you have to use different patterns for different emotions and different things you want to work on. Yeah, that is definitely a huge, that's a huge topic. Yes, we can discuss it if you are interested in that one time.
This Nassim wants you back too, so.
Oh, perfect.
And Robin, yes. So we'll just have to get you back, because I hate you to rush through it, because I think it would be of such benefit to understand it.
It's very, yeah, it's big. It needs time.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you mentioned it, because now we have something to look forward to with this.
Yes, sure.
All right. Any other comments, any other questions? I had one question. I know it's the end of the time, but I wondered, how did you make this big flip from being in finance, which is to me so precise, and you know, to doing this healing work? What triggered you?
It started when I became a mother. I left the finance world, right? So I focus. Finance is very demanding, long hours, very stressful. So I left all that to embrace motherhood. And we were saying, like, I took 15 years off, you know? And I was evolving as a person, as a soul, and finance doesn't resonate with me anymore. So I started off with all these modalities many years ago, like 10 years ago or even more. I started all this personally, meditation, tapping, Reiki, all that. And I was doing it for me. Like, I felt it really made me the best version of myself when I use these modalities. Like, I'd be a better mom, I'd be a better person. And then I'd started sharing what I'm learning with friends and family, and everybody was like, wow, this is amazing. This is really, it adds value and all that. And then I started getting interested in teaching all these modalities. So, you know, I'm using it, I'm certified in it, I'm interested, they resonate with me. And I just wanted to share this with the whole world. Hence the shift, right? And then I got more and more interested in this wellness and healing. And then I was so interested in doing a second PhD that really resonates who I am now. So I feel once I complete my second PhD, I won't mention that I did finance back in the day, because it's not relevant anymore. Yeah, but for now, I just say it to give myself, like, I can present to you and I can add value to, you know. Yes.
I'm glad you made that flip, and
me too.
came to this area of wellness. I thank you. And you know, Nassim is asking if this recording will be available, and yes, the recordings are available on the Healing Beyond Borders website. And I will, you know, if you have trouble finding it, any of you, I will certainly talk you through it, and make sure you get this, you know, recording, so you can hear Dr. Miriam again. And I guess we should come to a close. And Ms. Cheryl here, one of our founding colleagues that started this, it has a closing poem, I think, for us.
Oh, me. Was I closing today? I totally. Are you calling me out, Carol, to close?
Yes.
Okay. You know what?
I thought you had a poem that you were going to read.
Okay, maybe I did, but I was, you know, with this week, it's so much going on. It totally slipped my mind. But
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here.
But in this space right now, you know, we do. As a PhD student, I forget a lot of things too. So guess what? You know, we didn't allow the natural emergence of things to just unfold for us. I literally forgot, but I'm an open being, a spiritual being, as Dr. Miriam said. So we're open to what the universe brings forward to us. I deeply want to offer gratitude to each of you in your presence. It's not by coincidence that we're presenting in this space at this time. You know, as Dr. Miriam so beautifully explained the tapping to us, you know, I am a living exemplar of how we can forget things, but that's okay. Let's not be so hard on ourselves. You know, there's purpose in all that we do. And you know what we are experiencing in this world and in our life journey and our daily journey, it can be stressful. We have so many stressful situations out there. But what has been brought to us today, something so simple, something that's very organic to get back in touch with the nature of who we truly are. As Dr. Miriam has said, you know, our purpose as presenting here as spiritual beings, having this temporary earthly experience, is for us to manifest in our purpose and for us to awaken to be the best version of our authentic selves. And what has been brought to us today is something so dear and so authentic. Just always remember that even in this modality of tapping or any other self modality that we have, just remember we are more than enough right where we are. And something so special that Dr. Miriam brought out in the earlier part of her presentation, that we're not broken. None of us are broken. We're presenting as we are. We're not broken. We're all seeking to continue to heal as we navigate this journey here in the earthly realm, and as we heal ourselves through self-love, compassion, and loving kindness for ourselves, we openly radiate that out to others. And in addition to all of that, I do want to highlight the importance of self-acceptance of ourselves where we are and honoring each other through acceptance. So I'll close with this emergence of what's coming from my heart to let each of you know that where you are is more than enough. Always remember to whatever you're experiencing, the stress, the pain, the anxiety, whatever it is, just do it in an honor for yourself, releasing those negative emotions through tapping and knowing that where you are is more than enough. And honor yourself daily through love, gratitude, acceptance. And as you honor yourself, you give people that you come in contact with permission to honor themselves as well. And I close with, as Dr. Miriam closed with, I'll offer you love, light, and acceptance. Be at peace and be well.
Thank you.
Amen.
Wonderfully said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask you something, Cheryl, before we go? What is your PhD in? What are you majoring?
It's interesting you asked that. My PhD is in nursing. And I find that nursing has been one of the most challenging professions there is. We say we're open to this modality, but we're so conditioned to a mindset of being so closed that it's often a struggle, even when I introduce these modalities outside of the box. So I'm not learning these things in the PhD program in nursing. It's because
are you in FAU?
No, I'm not. I'm at a local university here in Atlanta, Mercer University.
Oh, yeah, you said
yeah.
Because I'm working with FAU's College of Nursing, and
Oh, are you?
doing
Yeah.
all this.
Well, they are premier.
Our dean is amazing.
Yeah.
Dr. George, she's amazing. She embraces these modalities, and it's, as you said, nursing is very medical. You can't bring these modalities to medical, but yes, they love it. We even do wellness events.
Yeah, we should be, because we have a national international epidemic with the crisis in nursing shortage. But yet there's some resistance in embracing these modalities. But I'm also a Watson Caring Science Caritas coach who hosts this forum here, as well as a HeartMath certified trainer. So I can relate to all of that. But my biggest concern is integrating this in our nursing profession and starting at the entry level, baccalaureate level of teaching nursing students the importance and value of their own self-care and self-healing. That's where I am in my journey. So, but it's going to take all of us collectively to continue to do that. So, yeah.
I think that would be a wonderful topic for future classes too, because I'm struggling with the same thing. I'm a nurse as well. And, you know, just how how we need to bring all of this together and teach it in the nursing schools.
Exactly. That's where
And
she
to people
started.
that have been here for a while that haven't, aren't in that space, but still need to learn it as well.
Yeah. Thank you. You have, Dr. Miriam, you opened a lot of doors for us to see, if you can
I'm glad.
transform from finance to this work, can you imagine what nurses could do? We're the healing profession,
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's amazing. This
Yeah.
story today will be shared with many. So thank you so much.
Excellent. And do reach out to me, guys. If you ever need anything from me, feel free.
All right.
Thank you.
It was a great
Bye,
presentation. Thank you so much.
Phenomenal.
And which college is FAU?
College of Nursing.
What was it?
Florida.
College of Nursing.
No,
Okay,
Florida Atlantic University is what
Yes,
she wanted.
FAU in Florida.
Florida.
Oh, yeah, I forget that you are not in Florida, all of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the other spiel I would like to say that FAU, they'll be hosting in June of 2024 the International Association for Human Caring. They'll be hosting their conference there.
Yes.
In June. So they're calling for abstracts and
Yes.
poster presentations right now for that conference that will be held in June there.
Yes. Yes. No, I like South Florida. We have in Break because I also work with the Palm Beach State College. And again, we teach all this, and I teach professional development. So I like that colleges are, and to students, faculty, and staff. So everyone is invited to attend these workshops. So we're moving into an era of healing and peace, hopefully.
Beautiful.
Okay, should we conclude, Carol? Yeah.
Yes, I will conclude. This has been a great presentation, and it's just, they don't want to let you go. So
I mean, thank you so much. I really enjoyed your platform, and it was wonderful meeting all of you, truly.
Okay.
Same here. Same here.
Take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks so much. Carol,
Yes.
I totally forgot. I had major projects this week working on multiple regression and linear regression. And I totally forgot.
God love you.
But guess
I'm
what?
sorry. I should have reminded you.
No, I normally don't require that, but it I forgot about
Cheryl,
it.
I don't know how you do what you're doing. So I'm in awe of you to begin with.
I totally forgot, but I said I was gonna be present here for you. So I hope that was okay just for me to open my heart and just speak from my heart.
Oh, it's beautiful. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Cheryl, you are so gifted. And you do. You come across right from the heart. It connects.
Well, I'm deeply connected with you, my sister. And again, I apologize.
Oh,
I had
no
no
apology.
idea. I usually remember, but you know what? I like to be open and honest with people to let people know that we're human. With our schedules, we forget things, so we don't fall apart because those things happen.
Right.
So
right.
yeah. So
your ending was more beautiful than any poem that somebody else wrote.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to capture what she said, but this has been fun. It was a wonderful experience. Wonderful.
Yeah. She was good.
She was good. Very good. So you definitely have to have her back. And the other thing is that it was so busy on last Sunday, I didn't get a chance to speak with Clarice, but I called her this week and she hadn't responded back. So if I don't hear Sunday, I'm gonna try to reach out to her Sunday. So if I don't hear anything from her, I'm gonna give you her email and let you reach out to her. Okay. So I don't know. Like I said, she's 85, so you can't personalize anything. Sometimes they be going, and I know she's a little hard of hearing too. So maybe she just hadn't gotten the voice message yet.
All right.
And you still interested in having her in December?
Oh yeah. Kind of. Okay. That's the only.
Yeah, that would be
the only month we have free yet.
Okay, well, good, and that would be good. So okay, so I'll let you know on Monday what the outcome will be, because she didn't call me back when I called, so for whatever reason. But I'll reach out to you on Monday via text or email to let you know. Okay. And maybe for you to pursue, maybe you can reach out to her. Okay.
I'm like the Canadian Mountie. We'll see what we can do.
Okay, well, you're beautiful. I love that bob on you. Keep it. We're like sisters, you know, with the bob and that color. Is that a plum? That's top. Is that a plum?
It's just, I don't know.
It's a color. It's like a plum. It's pretty,
Yeah,
a pretty
yeah.
fall color. Yeah, you look stunning as well. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Cheryl, one thing I want to ask you, like this one woman wanted me to tell her how to get the recording, that Debbie Durfinger.
Yes.
And I sent her my email, but I don't know if she ever saw it. Do they have when they sign in, is there some way I can find out how to connect with them or not?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That is not my expertise. That technology. Marcy will be the one who would be able to. And I saw her name come. I never did see her face, but I saw her name. Did you see her name?
Marcy was on. Yeah.
Oh, she was on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah. So she would know. Or
I'll ask her because this woman, wants to get that recording again. And
yeah.
I know everybody else. I know their emails, but I don't know.
I know the email. Yeah, but I don't. Yeah.
She's a VA person. So
Okay.
I'll try to see if I can get back to her. Maybe she'll get back to me because I did give her my email.
Okay, I'm sorry I can't hear that part. I just don't try to master. It's too much. It's too much to try to do. But you're doing such a phenomenal job. So thank you so much. And what I like about it too, and that's what I'm advocating for in Caring Science, that we continue to, and Julie is a big advocate for this, continue to reach out to non-nursing. Because one of the things, the way we're gonna impact, to me, more is being, even Dr. Watson's, our unitary consciousness is reach all beings in this universe, not just limit to nursing. Because if we keep waiting on nursing, we'll still be left behind. We should be projecting further than what we are, because we're still waiting on nursing, and nursing is still waiting on medicine. But what are we waiting for? Connect with anybody, all beings in this universe. And this language is universal. This is not just a nursing language.
No, it's not.
So
it's not.
There's a lot more work to do, but I think this is a great forum to start, and such a healing forum. I invited one of my colleagues, but I think she had to work today and she couldn't attend. But
I got my cousins, my niece, my sister. And they are not medicine. They are not medicine.
Did your niece sing in the beginning?
Yeah.
And I missed Carol, I missed that. Please, Carol, do me a favor. I feel so bad because I missed it, but I need you to do sometimes over the weekend, send me a text, and I want to send her a personal card and apologize for not being present, because I was the one advocating.
I'll send it to you, and I'll send you a recording because she did it for us at a memorial service. So I have a little recording of her.
Okay, please, send that. I saw the preview of a recording that you sent. That's why I said, "Oh yeah, I love the voice." But I'm a bit disconnected this morning. I forgot a lot of things, and that part I did forget. So I should get it.
You'll have it. You'll have the whole shebang.
Okay. But look, I do. If you send me her address, I do want to send her a gratitude card for doing that. Because I didn't comment because I missed the first 10 minutes of it. Yeah.
I will. Yeah. I'll give it to you. She'll love it. She'll love it.
Okay, I would live. Yeah, we have to keep our young people encouraged and motivated, to be who they are. So good. Thank you. Love you, Carol. Great session. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.